this time, we have cornerback Chams Diagne. Questions for Chams? Greg?
Was he close on the pronunciation?
Yeah, it was good. Spot on.
Probably get a lot, right?
Yeah.
So just, I mean, give us the Reader's Digest version of your path to West Virginia, because you've sort of taken a few different roads. Get us to the start of your college, then ultimately, how'd you get here?
Well, to begin, I walked on at Georgia State out of high school. You know, it was a little rough there, so I ended up transferring to Independence Community College out in Kansas. I played there, and I made a decision to transfer back to Georgia State, where I played for 2 years, and I eventually ended up here in almost heaven.
How much did you develop along the way? I mean, were you just not great early, and did you get significantly better over time?
I definitely think I improved over time. You know, from a mental standpoint and a physical standpoint. You know, transferring from a Division I to a junior college, it kind of, you know, plays with your mental. You know, you question yourself a little bit, but I think I took it the right way.
You're a 6'3" corner, and a lot of the guys aren't as tall as you. Do you have to prepare differently? Do you have to, are there things that you're mindful of that are maybe a little bit different than a smaller corner?
I definitely think I just use my size to my advantage. You know, I can shadow receivers a little bit better than, you know, a smaller corner, but yeah, I definitely think my size is an advantage.
How about like your feet, on the balls of your feet, you know, the lateral movement, all those things?
Yeah, definitely. The fundamentals definitely have to stay the same. I mean, you know, it's bigger, so, you know, when you usually see a bigger corner, they question, like, change of direction and, like, speed and stuff like that. But I think I'm a very capable big corner, so, yeah.
Okay.
Did Nick Taylor play any part in getting you to West Virginia?
He definitely did. Me and Nick Taylor actually had the same trainer in Atlanta. We trained with I Dare You, with Coach Glenn Ford, so he definitely played a role.
So what is it like getting to play with him again?
It's fun. It's really fun. It's like having a brother on the other side of the field.
What did they ask you to do here different than what you've done elsewhere? I mean, is corner, or does the scheme change?
Hey, corner is corner. Go out there, lock up your side of the field. Be physical.
Chams, as a bigger guy in college, are there any guys in the NFL that you watch the technique to get better? Are there any guys that stand out in the pro that you've been like, ooh, that's good to watch right here?
Definitely used to watch Richard Sherman, you know, tall corner, very physical, easily shadow receivers in the league, so I definitely used to watch him. I used to watch a little bit of J.C. Horn, too. You know, he kind of a bigger guy, too, but good technique, so I definitely watch him, too.
For us old guys, it'd be Mel Blount. Remember that name?
Yeah, familiar.
Yeah.
So how physical are you? Think of corners as shadowing receivers. How do you come up and strike when you have to tackle?
Very physical. And, I mean, we got Rich Rodriguez as a head coach, so, you know, hard edge is a real thing. So you got to bring it. You can't play here being soft, so real physical.
Did that appeal to you? That hard edge stuff? Was that?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
From the recruiting process, you like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to a place that was going to challenge me, and talk about that a little bit.
I think he hooked me on my visit. He hooked me on my visit, just like his philosophy of football, you know, and the hard edge culture. Like, that's something that really stood out, and I know I wanted to be a part of that because that's going to help elevate my game in the long run.
So mentioning that he hooked you on the visit, has anything surprised you about Coach Rodriguez or even Coach Alley?
Nah, he was raw and uncut. He was the same guy he was. He was the same guy he was on the visit that he is now. So, I mean, I appreciate that too.
What's it like joining the program out of high school and then rejoining the same program 2 years into college?
It was honestly crazy. Like, you know, I kind of went back to like the same faces that I was there with before. So, you know, I was welcomed with open arms. So, it was a good.
Time you came back on scholarship though?
Yeah, I
Is
did.
there any difference there? Supposed to be a walk-on?
I mean, we had a new head coach, so it was a bit different, just like from a culture standpoint. But yeah, it was a good experience.
People talk about Florida football, they talk about California football, but there's a lot of good football players in Atlanta. Speak to that, and you know, just the guys that you prepared with as a young player and grew up with and so forth.
Well, really, Georgia is the best football state per capita. And, I mean, you know, I started playing football in high school, so I wasn't really too early. I didn't play no little league ball, but it's a very competitive state. So, like, you got to really get it out the mud. And I think just being around certain players and coaches, it kind of molded me into the player I am today. So
Who were some of those guys?
Steve Robinson, he was my head coach in high school.
Okay.
Very challenging. I had a Joshua Mensah on my team. He plays at Western Kentucky now. Very competitive. Just guys like that. You're gonna go in every day and get work. So
Okay.
How was it playing against a guy like Ted Hurst every day, and then coming here and playing guys like Jaden Bray and the receivers here?
Ted Hurst was a guy. I mean, you talk about me being a 6'3" corner. He was a 6'3" receiver with crazy speed, ball skills and everything. And then Jaden Bray, kind of the same thing. Big receiver, great ball skills, great speed, deceleration. So, yeah, 2 great wideouts. They definitely helping me get better.
To kind of piggyback off of that, so they've been trying Jaden out, inside, outside, kind of everywhere. From your perspective on the other side, what kind of advantage is a player like him in that unique size if he's inside, and maybe that's not a stereotypical size for somebody that would go inside? Like, how dynamic is that, and how much would that give problems to a defense?
I think it's definitely an advantage. Defenses usually put like a smaller nickel back inside. So with him, his 6'3" frame, he can go up and get balls on top. And then outside, with just his quickness and his speed, he can definitely give a corner a problem. So
You have a basketball background. What sold you on choosing football over basketball?
really the camaraderie. I feel like it's more like a family type feel in football than basketball. And I really played basketball just to stay in condition for football. So,
Obviously with Atlanta football, what's Atlanta basketball like?
hey, competitive. They got some dogs out there. They can get real.
Tell us a little bit about your last name. What heritage does that come from? And did you have big family? Where did your family come?
Yeah, my last name, John, is actually, it roots from Senegal. It's a country in West Africa. So, yeah, that's where it comes from.
And I'm sure you've gotten hundreds of different pronunciations.
Yeah, they butcher it every time, but they getting it right here, so that's what matters.
Chams, sorry to bring this up, but 1 win last year, a long season, but you guys were close.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially late too. How do you hang on when bowls out of the way early, but you still get? It seems like you all got better toward the end of the season, though.
Yeah, I think you just gotta be able to finish out games, and I think discipline is like a huge part of that. You can't get relaxed in situations. You can go into halftime winning, and sometimes hear guys cheering and stuff. Like, I remember high school, my coach used to say, never get too high, never get too low. And it's a real thing. So you got to know how to remain disciplined and just finish out the game until it's 0.
And then, as you share your story, you worked hard and spent a lot of time getting to where you are, and you bounce back and forth in Georgia State. You got a place that you're starting. It could be bold and risky to try to go to the portal and see what's out there.
Yeah.
But you seem pretty confident. It worked out, obviously. But what made you think that was the best move for you?
I think it was just betting on myself. I think I came off a pretty good season last season. And I've always been about proving myself right, not proving other people wrong. And I think I could compete on this level. I know I can compete on this level. So I took that gamble on myself. And now it's just time to prove myself right again.
You mentioned your path to West Virginia. How have you adjusted to West Virginia as a state?
It's nice. I ain't gonna lie. Just like the physical aspect of West Virginia, like the mountains, the rivers, the valleys, it's nice. And the people here are really good too, so I like it here.
More camaraderie in football just because it's physically much more difficult?
I think that too, yeah. We go through a lot together, and I think that builds a family feel, so.
Would you be receptive of Coach Hogg calling you and said, I can create a family atmosphere too here? You just football all day?
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank y'all.